And welcome back to Hannity. So earlier this morning, the president tweeted, quote, Crimea was taken by Russia during the Obama administration. Was Obama too soft on Russia? So how will the Trump administration deal with Russian aggression? Joining us now from Washington, Deputy Assistant to the President, Dr. Sebastian Gorka. Dr. Gorka, before we get to that, you know, like Reince, like Bannon, like Jared, like Ivanka, like the president's children, like Kellyanne, like Steve Miller, you too have come under fire. It seems that there is this Alinsky-style attack against anybody that's around the president. And, you know, I just wanted to give you a chance to respond because I know you're being attacked unfairly, and I read a number of things about your involvement as a witness in the Boston Marathon case and even people suggesting you're a Nazi sympathizer. What is your reaction?
I think we're doing our job very well, don't you, Sean, if this is the best they can do.
I know.
I just find it amusing. My father was 9 years old when World War II started. He lived through the siege of Budapest. He was put in prison by the communist dictators. And I'm the guy who's some kind of extremist. I was talking today to the acting U.S. attorney in Boston who said, we're so sorry about what's happening, and we're going to make sure that everybody who reports on your part in the trial as an expert is going to do so accurately from now on. And the funniest thing is, Sean, I have the invoices for being paid as an expert. I may not have taken the stand, but I was an expert on the Boston bombing trial. But look, if that's the best they've got, Sean, then I'm happy.
Yeah. What about U.S.-Russian relations? You know, we can go back, and Hillary Clinton wanted a Russian reset, and Obama, for example, said, Mr. Medvedev, I'll have more flexibility after I'm reelected, which I think he wanted to convey to Vladimir Putin, but not the American people, interestingly enough. Do you think there's an opportunity, in light of Ukraine and Crimea, in light of Russian aggression, to reset and maybe have an alliance to defeat ISIS? Is that possible?
Look, I think the best answer to that is the president's own words. Do you remember he gave a press conference, one of his last press conferences from Trump Tower, where somebody asked him the question about you and Putin and so on and so forth, and he was super blunt. He said, look, I'd like to be able to work with Vladimir Putin. I don't think it's going to happen, and if it doesn't, so be it. But there are, of course, some common interests. They've suffered from jihadi terrorism, as have we. But if you look at what they've done in Crimea, you look at the way they were facilitated. They weren't stopped by the Obama administration from invading another country. You look at the way how our UN ambassador now has categorically attacked that aggression, that occupation. It's ironic, isn't it, that the last administration that whispered to Medvedev, that had their own reset button, that saw Secretary Clinton approve the sale of 20% of our uranium to Russia, that they're not the ones that created the problem, but we are. I've learned one thing in the last 3.5 weeks, Sean. 80% of what you read in the media is 180 degrees out of whack with reality.
All right, Dr. Gorka, good to see you. Appreciate your time as always. And come